Hey guys, it's Emma Vigling with TYT Politics here in New Jersey in flannel weather. It's getting a little chilly now, and it's not just because of the weather. It's because my poor burning heart, my poor progressive heart, is feeling the cool, chilly wind of the Hillary Clinton corruption as exposed by WikiLeaks. It is just continuing to come and come and come. Jordan and I can't keep up with it. So we're trying to update you guys as quickly as possible. I am currently tasked with summarizing the findings from days 3 and 4. Jordan will later be updating you on day 5, which more and more stuff is continuing to come out. And again, we're trying our hardest. We have all this disappearing middle class footage, but we can't keep it up. Keep up with it. Right off the bat, we want to say to you, though, we are around 84,000 subscribers. By the election, we want to be at 100. So share these videos, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell Randy Gonzalez, tell everybody, subscribe. Subscribe to TYT Politics, share our videos. Just do it, guys. Pretty please. I'm really asking. I would love it. 100K by the election. That's the goal. So, Liz says, is Jordan feeling better? He's constantly sick because he's traveling all the time, but I think he's feeling better from yesterday. So, let's start with day 3. Oy vey. So, this first WikiLeaks story that I want to discuss, we're pretty much going through Jordan's Twitter. So, I would follow Jordan at Jordan Sheridan. He's sharing all of the important leaks that you need to know. So, the first one to start you guys off with is one that involves Chelsea Clinton. So Chelsea Clinton, this initial story broke where Doug Band, who was Bill Clinton's body man, I mentioned this yesterday, but if you've ever seen Veep, I'm forgetting the name of the actor, but he just won the Emmy. The one who's always talking into Julia Louis-Dreyfus's ear. This is the equivalent of that for Bill Clinton. Doug Band, he's a longtime aide, and he essentially called her a spoiled brat, and that was the big headline yesterday from the leaks, because God forbid that we talk about the corruption in the leaks. We got to talk about the drama with Chelsea Clinton and Doug Band. But actually, there was more to the story. So I'm reading directly from a Politico article now. Chelsea Clinton flagged serious concerns about her father's closest aides trying to cash in by using the former president's name to gain access to government officials on behalf of paying clients, according to hacked emails released this week. The emails, which were disseminated by WikiLeaks, reveal bitter tensions within the Clintons' inner circle that were inflamed when Chelsea Clinton tried to put an end to practices that blurred the line between the foundation, governments, and a consulting firm called Teneo that paid Bill Clinton. So Chelsea Clinton, I'm sniffling like Trump, but I'm also getting a little sick, changing of the seasons. Basically, Chelsea Clinton had an ounce of foresight and said, maybe we shouldn't be having these government officials and these government contracts and all of this fluidity between our private Clinton Foundation and Hillary Clinton's job as Secretary of State. I mean, I never had an opinion on Chelsea Clinton, but maybe I like her a little bit more now. The article continues. Teneo, in particular, did lucrative work for the foundation donors and entities with business before Clinton's State Department, and it signed a contract reportedly worth $3.5 million with Bill Clinton to serve as an advisor, though the former president ultimately kept only $100,000 of that, according to his tax returns and a source familiar with the agreement. Teneo also paid Huma Abedin, Hillary Clinton's right-hand woman at the State Department, as a senior advisor. You see it all the time. People getting paid severance packages and getting paid as advisors when they're actually just acting as officials in both capacities. So it's just if you see a senior advisor, someone getting paid who's working for a political campaign, your antenna should be going up. So it continues, the Politico article. Teneo founder, longtime Bill Clinton aide Doug Band, the body man, was drawing salaries from both the Clinton Foundation and the former president's taxpayer-subsidized personal office, while another early Teneo official, Justin Cooper, was being paid by Clinton's taxpayer-funded office, even as he was performing maintenance on Hillary Clinton's controversial private server email. Oh God, the the fluidity between the two, with the Clinton Foundation and what Hillary Clinton was doing as Secretary of State, continues to unravel and reveal itself as showing some just shadiness all the time. And Chelsea Clinton, being clearly, I guess, a sane person in the Clinton circle, had complaints about that. In December 2011, Chelsea Clinton sent a sharply worded email to top family confidants saying that the people in London had raised serious concerns about the way Teneo was using her father's name to set up meetings for clients, according to private emails released by WikiLeaks. I will raise all of this and more with my father this evening, she wrote. Wanted to update you all on, in the meanwhile, about the augmented concerns post-London. At the time, Chelsea Clinton had already been pushing to enact tougher rules at the foundation regarding conflicts of interest and outside income. In response, Band blasted her behind her back as an irrational ingrate who runs to daddy to change a decision or interject herself in the process. That's a quote. She's acting like a spoiled brat kid who has nothing to do but create issues to justify what she's been doing because she, as she has said, hasn't found her way and has a lack of focus in her life, Band wrote in a November 2011 email to longtime Clinton family advisor John Podesta. So there were at least some people raising concerns. It wasn't just all, people running rampant over corruption. So that was something that was interesting that came out. Not really a smoking gun, but shows that not everyone was as accustomed to the corruption as Hillary Clinton and her husband seemed to be, and the people around her. Doug Band, by the way, comes off like a piece of shit. And we continue. So, let me scroll up a little bit. Here's another one that Jordan found. Apparently, back in, let's find the date here, July 2015, Hillary Clinton was already thinking that Tim Kaine would be her presidential be vice president. This is from Eric McMullen, and he works for Hillary Clinton. Won't stop assuring Senators Brown and Heitkamp at dinner now that HRC has personally told Tim Kaine that he's the Veep. A little unseemly. This was in July 2015. So we were all speculating, oh, is it going to be Elizabeth Warren? Oh, is it going to be Sherrod Brown? Are we going to have an actual progressive to think, oh, is she going to pick Bernie Sanders and then have the party come together? No. She always had the most corporatist candidate in mind, Tim Kaine. And also, I don't want to speculate, but dear God, Tim Kaine is such an affable, non-threatening person for her to pick as Veep. And it just seems so fitting because she seems like someone who just wants her team and her machine to run the way that she wants it to run. Tim Kaine's not threatening her in any way. It's not like she had a Dick Cheney figure looming over her head or someone who's going to take the spotlight away from her and her campaign. So she always had this guy in mind, someone who is corporatist, someone who is non-threatening, someone who was in a swing state in Virginia, just very old school politics. And the fact that we were speculating this whole time about if it was going to be even Cory Booker or Elizabeth Warren, she had this in the back of her mind the whole time. So, very interesting development there. We continue. This one was when Hillary Clinton didn't get the endorsement of a nurses union, Weingarten, I believe. She called the National Nurses United sanctimonious because they endorsed Bernie Sanders in the primary. Clearly, they were a little bit bitter that not every single union, kind of voted against their own interests. To be fair, I don't really know her opinions on nurses or her policy positions on nurses, but they called them sanctimonious. We will go after the NNU and their high and mighty sanctimonious conduct. Oh, shiver me timbers, I'm so terrified. So that's how the Clinton machine works. When you don't when you don't play ball with them, they go after them. So National Nurses United, good on you. Glad you raged against the system. That's what we're all about here at TYT. Here's another one. Hillary Clinton campaign back in February of 2015, said they couldn't attack a Jeb Bush speech because there's very little in this speech that Hillary Clinton wouldn't say. Makes sense, doesn't it, that she's getting all these Republican endorsements now. Republican endorsements that would have gone to Jeb Bush. Because she's a Republican on most economic issues. Not really news to us, but kind of interesting that her campaign is that self-aware. Another one that Jordan uncovered. Hillary Clinton camp bragged about having Dan Merica in its pocket. So basically, Dan Merica, I think I'm pronouncing that right, who knows anymore, he's from CNN, and they said that they talked a little bit about what she was doing during her rally, and they were giving an overview about how things were going in the rally, and then they said, Dan Merica asked her if she was jealous that she didn't get Christie's endorsement, to which she responded with a prolonged smile. You could really see the gears turning. Oh, and then said, Dan, I really like you. I really, really like you. They are basically courting each other at this point. So, nice to know that Dan Merica from CNN and Hillary Clinton have a cozy love affair, and just one of the many revelations that we have going here for us when looking over the WikiLeaks. Here's another one. This was a huge one that Jordan found. A Happy New Year, a very nice Happy New Year message from John Podesta to Donna Brazile, the current interim DNC chair, former CNN analyst who, you know, heavily involved in the Democratic Party, seems like a nice enough woman, but has deep ties to the Clintons and was clearly not neutral. And yesterday, it broke that she was feeding questions a question to the Clinton campaign before a town hall in the primary, one specifically about the death penalty. You can check out TYT Politics, our videos on there. But here we go. John Podesta, very nice email sending to Donna Brazile. Wishing you a Happy New Year. 2015 was challenging, but we ended in a good place thanks to your help and support. Look forward to working with you to elect the first woman president of the United States. Have a great New Year. She writes, 2016, January. As soon as the nomination is wrapped up, I will be your biggest surrogate. Yeah, so January 3rd, 2016, Donna Brazile was already saying that she wants to be a surrogate for the Clinton campaign. You know, that not entirely unexpected, but just like, come on, you're supposed to be, one, working at CNN and not particularly endorsing a particular candidate, or if you want to do that, just be open about it. Sean Hannity is openly pro-Trump, then you take everything he says about Trump with a grain of salt. Donna Brazile was actively working with a campaign. It's just shady. It's just shady. And now she's working for the DNC. Just another shady thing that's going on in the Democratic Party. Here's another one. A Florida Democratic operative tells Hillary Clinton what they can give to Bernie Sanders in the Democratic platform so he can stop his bitching. So here's my idea, the email writes. Bernie and his people have been bitching about superdelegates and the huge percentage that have come out for Hillary. Since the original idea was to bring our elected officials to the convention, ex officio, I don't know what that means, why not throw Bernie a bone and reduce the superdelegates in the future to the original draft of members of the House and Senate, governors and big city mayors, eliminating the DNC members who are not state chairs or vice chairs. Frankly, DNC members don't really represent constituencies anyway. I should know, I served on the DNC, first as an executive director and then as an elected member for 10 years. So if we give Bernie this in the convention's rules committee, his people will think they've won something from the party establishment. And it functionally doesn't make any difference. Doesn't make any difference anyway. They win, we don't lose, everyone is happy. So basically you want to dupe Bernie Sanders into giving something up that doesn't really matter, so you can keep your stranglehold on the Democratic establishment. Unsurprising, and frustrating because we already knew that they were giving him crumbs and pretending like it was a cake. And that's really what happens when you play ball with these people who are all in cahoots. Bernie is too nice of a guy to fight them on every single thing, but there's an argument to be made that he should have, because clearly they won't even give him an inch. Here's another one. The Hillary Clinton campaign talks about muddying the waters versus Bernie Sanders on Wall Street because they say they can't win on this issue. I liked messing with, this is from Jennifer Palmieri, who is the communications director for the campaign. I like messaging with Bernie on Wall Street at a staff level for the purposes of muddying the waters and throwing them off their game a bit, but don't know if that is the most effective contrast for her. You don't say, Jennifer. Seems like we are picking a fight he wants to have. If we really want to do this, think your formulation is good, but not convinced it is a good idea. Basically saying, we can't fight Bernie on Wall Street because we suck on Wall Street regulation, and he is obviously more progressive in that area, so let's not even try, but let's muddy the waters a little bit. Is there anything more synonymous with the Clinton campaign than muddying the waters? Here's another one. This is from Neera Tanden, who is the president of the Center for American Progress and Hillary Clinton's top buddy. I'm aware of your dark sense of humor, but I should say that I would do whatever Hillary needs always. I owe her a lot, and I'm a loyal soldier. I think I might not be so useful because I overly focus on the lessons of the past, but if there's something I should do to help the campaign more, I will do it. Loyal soldier, Neera. Oh, glad you're putting yourself on the front lines for Hillary Clinton. So admirable. There's another one. Here, a consultant sent a memo to Hillary Clinton saying that the campaign, saying that they should limit the number of debates and eliminate the possibility of one-on-one debates. So if there was any doubt that the DNC was actively trying to get less people to see the debates, maybe so it wouldn't expose Hillary Clinton as not being as progressive as she is and as being a corporatist, there should be no doubt now. People had it in mind that it was not in her favor to debate Bernie Sanders, to have a one-on-one debate with Bernie Sanders, and basically, it's obvious they didn't want those debates to happen, and putting them in inopportune times was very conscious. So people saying we were conspiracy theorists for putting when we talked about where we put the debates, obviously that's disproven at this point, but doesn't mean they'll stop calling us conspiracy theorists. Here is a huge doozy. There was clear evidence that the State Department was tipping off Hillary Clinton and her campaign to the release of the schedule of the emails. Basically, they say it in the email. Someone here just got a tip that the State Department may be planning to release her Benghazi emails tomorrow or Monday. Not sure if this source is reliable. Has anyone heard anything about this? And Heather Samuelson replies, quick update on this. DOS says the release of the 300 will likely happen on Thursday or Friday. We'll keep you posted if I hear anything further on my end. Thanks. So it's hard to have a campaign more steeped in the establishment than Hillary Clinton. Of course someone's going to be tipping her off from the State Department. And people who say we're conspiracy theorists about this stuff, just open your eyes for once. We're not saying she's the devil, but we are saying there's corruption involved. It's so easy to see for me, but for a lot of people involved in the establishment, they think this is the way things are. This is the way things are. Stop bitching about it. Donna Brazile being a CNN analyst and also giving tips to the Hillary Clinton campaign should be a massive story, but it isn't. I'm just trying to see if there's anything more. No, for right now, that's all I have to report for you guys. Jordan is going to be doing the rest later. So, once again, this is the update. The stories are constantly breaking. I will update you guys as much as I can, but Jordan will be doing a YouTube live, likely on the Young Turks main show, to further discuss. And don't forget to share, tell your friends to subscribe. If they want the truth, subscribe to TYT Politics. So, all right, have a great day, guys.